starting to think about heroes, because I think she is a hero and how she's faced her journey with cancer. You're going to learn more about Bridget as we go on. But do you have a personal hero?
You mean like a Batman or a Superman?
Besides Batman and Superman, yes.
Oh, like a real life hero?
Yes.
Oh, it says
like
real life here. I thought it's a
hero.
superhero. Okay. Well,
Oh.
if I can transition to something serious now, yeah. You know, I thought about this all weekend long, and again on the drive-in this morning, I'm like, who's my hero? You know, and I thought, well, you know, there's pastors who've spoken into my life, and there's family members, and I've had, you know, different people who really spoke to me. And then on Saturday, you know, it was the 8th anniversary of my dad's, you know, passing from his brain tumor, you know, and I got thinking about that a lot, and I said, you know what? I think my dad, by far, was my hero. And I started to think about him and who he was as a person and the life he lived when he was here in Canada. You know, he grew up in Portugal in a small little island where either you were a shoemaker or a fisherman. That was it. There wasn't much to do. And he came here. He left his family. He left his house. He left his culture, Maggie, everything he knew, like a lot of immigrant parents. I'm not the only one. I get that. But when he came here, my dad worked at a factory job for over 30 years to the day he got sick. And he kind of instilled in me that work ethic to never stop. You know, work for what you have. Don't expect things to be given to you. Work really hard. And that really stuck with me. And also, you know, my dad, he came to faith much later on in life. And he actually was going to come to my wedding. Wow. Because we weren't having a traditional Portuguese wedding. It wasn't like, you know...
He wasn't going to
come, yeah.
Okay.
Because we weren't having drinking, we weren't having any dancing, and that was like a big shame to the family. Yeah. That's what you do. And just about, 6 months before my wedding, he came to faith, he accepted Jesus, and totally turned and changed his heart around, and he said, I understand why you did that. And just, you know, he saw a change in me, he saw a change in my mom, and he came to that place of faith. And so for me, he's been a hero of mine. What about you, Maggie?
Yeah, I think I have a lot of heroes or people, you know, parents and that kind of thing.
Like,
and
am I?
You're one of my heroes.
Oh, thank you.
You really, really are.
Sorry. Who's your real hero?
You even say that with a straight face. I was joking. Joe, you are one of my heroes, for sure. But, you know, I thought about that, and you know, we can go to family members and church members. Yeah, those kind of people. But I actually thought of someone who I think all of us have heard about, and that's actually Rosa Parks. And the reason why I thought of Rosa Parks as I was thinking about this is, as a black woman in you know, a very tumultuous time right now, as we've seen in the news, I think of what Rosa Parks did. And I think of, you know, we can list so many men who have done amazing things, but for me, Rosa Parks always kind of stands out as a woman who defied the odds, who stood up and said, and for many of you, I would love for you to research Rosa Parks, because she decided, you know what, I am worthy of sitting at the front of the bus. I am worthy of being treated like everybody else. And I think it was countercultural, especially for a woman to do that during those times. I mean, there was Martin Luther King, there was Malcolm X, but for a little woman who, you know, had a little sewing job to have done something so miraculous and change the world, I mean, she inspires me to think every single day of how I can impact my world, how I can change my world, and say, yeah, I deserve to be treated just like everybody else, not treated differently because of the color of my skin. And so, yeah, I think Rosa Parks is definitely one of those people.